I've got someone from Insulate Britain now. If we're right, Zoe Cohen. Thank you for your time. Is this a change now in tactics then? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick. I don't think there's any change in tactics, Nick. We've been clear that the government
in as much as you're on the M25 is what I'm saying, Zoe Cohen.
I think there has been at least one occasion where some of our supporters have been on the main carriageway. So what's really clear, Nick, is the government could stop this today. And, this is what we're talking about here, Nick, is a failure of government to protect British families. There are thousands of preventable deaths every year, and we're heading into another winter of suffering. Hundreds of thousands more people to add to the several million people are going to be in fuel poverty because of food price rises, universal credit cuts, gas price rises. These are preventable deaths, Nick, and they don't need to happen.
Can I put it to you that, please, I'm wrong, but there is every chance that there could be a serious accident or a fatality if you start closing down the M25. Zoe Cohen, those are preventable deaths by your colleagues. Why are you doing that? And
I understand that we liaise ahead of time with the police and indeed with the Highways Agency, and it's normal practice.
Sorry, did you tell the police you were going to do this? I'm sorry to talk over you, but did you tell them?
That's okay. As far as I know, I'm not involved in those conversations, Nick, but as far as I know, that liaison does go on, and therefore the Highways Agency have the option to reduce the speed limits, which is what they routinely do when there's obstructions in the road. I don't know whether they've done that on this occasion. I hope they have. But I don't know.
But to my point, it is dangerous enough, your colleagues stopping traffic on slip roads and roundabouts, to stop traffic on the moving M25. Someone, possibly one of your colleagues or a motorist behind, someone is going to die. You cannot possibly see that you can justify that.
No, it's not about justifying it. What we know is that our government is failing to protect British families. Thousands of people will die this winter from fuel poverty. Thousands and millions of families will struggle. The conversation at the moment is about whether we can have turkey for Christmas. They won't even know if they can eat at Christmas, Nick.
Zoe Cohen, how can the possible death, or indeed we know serious injury of someone on the M25, be justified? How can you do that?
I'm not trying to justify it.
You'll
Nick,
have blood on your hands.
Oh, God, I'm not trying to justify it. We hate doing this. We hate doing it. Please, will you please ask the government to write a reasonable statement and get us off the roads? We don't want to do this, Nick. But if the government met our demands, please just listen, if the government met our demands to insulate and retrofit social housing and the rest of the homes in Britain by 2030, it would save thousands of lives. It would remove millions of people from hunger and fuel poverty. It would slash everyone's heating bills. It would improve fuel security.
Zoe Cohen, how is your cause helped by throwing blue paint on the road?
We have to cause disruption, Nick. This is a failure of government. The only thing we have left in this liberal democracy that we live in, which we're very grateful to live in, is peaceful but disruptive direct action. It's the only thing we have left.
You don't think, lastly, that you're losing public support?
We're not really expecting to get public support. The suffragettes were hated at the time. But listen, this issue of insulation and energy efficiency has never had the profile it's got now. So if we can do anything to implore and demand that our government stop these preventable deaths.
Zoe Cohen, I've got to go because they've been developed. Thank you for your time. You're with Insulate Britain. Straight back to Rachel Venables at the Cobham turnoff. What's happened now, Rachel?
Nick, they've blocked both sides of the M25, not only the anti-clockwise stretch, but in the last few seconds, a group of around 12 protesters rushed onto the road on the clockwise side as well. There is no traffic going underneath me on the bridge I am now, which goes over this motorway. You can hear the sirens as more and more police try to race to the scene. I'm watching police officers now virtually fight with the protesters. They're not picking them up carefully. They are literally dragging them by the scruff of the neck off the motorway. They are ripping the banners from their hands and throwing them into the grass verges, trying to clear the road. I'm looking now at 3 protesters left on the clockwise stretch. So it looks as though police, I've just seen now as well, police have just got a woman by the arm. She went limp. They are again dragging her across 3 lanes of the motorway. She's flat on her back. And one officer is just dragging her to the side, dropping her almost on the hard shoulder. Just 2 protesters left now on this side. One man's just laying down, splaying out. Again, the police making pretty quick work there, so I don't think any of the ones on the clockwise stretch were able to glue their hands down.